Ever dreamed of turning your big idea into a business, but the paperwork, jargon, and legal rules keep tripping you up? Well, you're definitely not alone. Most founders hit at least one snag, and sometimes those simple mistakes can become costly headaches. So in this video, I'm giving you a step-by-step guide to building your own Seattle LLC from the ground up with no guesswork or lost hours. It's worth mentioning too that there's a really surprising pitfall that catches tons of people off guard. So stick around and I'll point out what that is here in just a little bit. But first, let's kick things off with why Seattle deserves a spot on your short list if you're looking to start a business. Seattle keeps growing as a hotspot for small businesses, earning praise for its booming tech scene and strong job market. People flock here for companies like Amazon and Microsoft, and the high concentration of educated workers and new consumers means more opportunity for you. Now, the city's energy, creativity, and mix of industries from tech and coffee to retail and food make it especially inviting for entrepreneurial types. Now, Washington as a state, importantly, they don't charge personal income tax, so you keep more of your earnings, which is one less thing that's eating into your new business's profits. Now, you throw in some reasonable LLC fees plus local startup resources like business accelerators, networking groups, and free workshops, and Seattle starts to look like the right city for your entrepreneurial jump. But the first step to all of that is getting your business name right, which is what we'll cover here next. Now, I do want to say before we jump in too deep here, here's one thing to keep in mind. So starting your business should be exciting, not overwhelming. But forming an LLC on your own, that can get confusing fast with all the legal forms, rules, and easy to miss details. Now, I will walk you through everything in this video, but if any part of this feels confusing, I've got a favorite LLC formation service that makes the whole process super simple and stress-free. It's guided, beginner-friendly, and it only costs $39. So if you hit any bumps along the way, just go ahead and click right up here to get step-by-step help setting up your LLC the easy way. All right, so let's get back to the business name here. So your business's name is key to the launch, and it can cause trouble if you miss a detail. So Washington requires every LLC name to include limited liability company or abbreviations like LLC or LLC so that everyone knows that you're the real deal. Now, your name also has to be different from any other business that is registered in the state. Changing a single letter or something like that, that's not going to work. And before you start branding, search for your top choices through the Washington Secretary of State's website, which by the way is linked to below, along with every other resource that I mentioned in the video. Now, if your dream name is taken, you'll need to rethink your game plan. And skip restricted words too, like bank or insurance, unless you can prove that you're legit in that area and actually have the licensing. Now, once you've landed on the perfect available name, you've passed one of the biggest early hurdles. And from here, you have to nail down a registered agent. Now, Washington, like most other states, requires your LLC to have a registered agent, which is a person or a professional service that's responsible for getting official documents and notices. Now, this agent can be you, a reliable friend, or a pro service, but whoever you pick must have a physical address in Washington and be available during regular business hours. Now, a heads up though, the registered agent's address that you use, it goes on public record, which means junk mail and privacy concerns for sure if it's, your own house, things like that. That's why so many LLC owners, they prefer a professional registered agent service. Now, personally, my preferred provider that I've used myself is Northwest Registered Agent. They're really known for their strong privacy protections, excellent customer support, and straightforward pricing. Now, if you hire them to help form your LLC, the cost is only $39, which is lower than a lot of competitors. And get this, you can use their business address on your public filings, which keeps your home address private and cuts down on spam mail. Now, if you do want to check them out at any point, just go ahead and click right up here to learn more. But next up, let's talk about how to make your LLC official by filing your certificate of formation. So this is where your LLC goes from a dream to a reality, right? The certificate of formation, it is a required document with key info like your company name, your address, your registered agent, and more. You'll file this with the Washington Secretary of State. And the fastest way is online, which is $200, though you can mail it in for $180 if you want to take it slow. And once approved, you're officially a Washington LLC, and that opens the doors for everything else from, opening your first business bank account to signing deals and hiring your first employee. But before you can really call your business yours, there's one more, smart document that almost everyone overlooks that you really shouldn't. So let's talk about the operating agreement. Now, you might be thinking, well, do I really need an operating agreement? Well, here's the deal. An operating agreement, it isn't required by Washington, under law, but it spells out who owns your LLC, how decisions get made, and what happens if things go south. Now, even if you're a solo owner, having this in writing can help you look more professional when dealing with banks or partners as well. Plus, it keeps everyone on the same page, which could save you big headaches later, legally and just otherwise. Now, templates for this are free and they're easy to find online. Plus, AI can help a lot with this as well. Now, if you want extra peace of mind, you can get a lawyer. They can help you with every detail to make sure it's right. But I'd say in most cases, you won't need it unless things get complex. So next, let's set your new business up with its own social security number or something similar to that. So an EIN, or an employer identification number, it's like a social security number for your LLC. It lets you open business bank accounts, hire employees, and stay on the IRS's good side. And the good news, it's quick and easy and free through the IRS website. You can apply online and get your EIN in about 15 minutes. And even if your business is just you, an EIN makes things more official and keeps your social security number private. Banks will ask for it, and you'll need it when you start hiring or when tax season rolls around. Now, with your EIN in hand, you're almost done, but there are still a few hoops to jump through to stay legal and in business. So here's what compliance really looks like for a Seattle LLC. Now, it is easy to get so focused on launching that you kind of forget to keep your business compliant. Now, in Washington, you need to file an annual report for your LLC by the end of your anniversary month. Then there's a $60 fee to that, and missing the deadline can mean late fees or losing your business status. Now, most businesses, they also need some type of state or city permit. And if you're selling goods or services, you'll need to register for sales tax with the Department of Revenue, and the city of Seattle might require a local business license as well, depending on your setup. So do a little research up front and stay organized. Otherwise, you could run into fines or shutdowns down the line, which is no good. Now, getting the legal side set, that means that you stay stress-free and focus on what really matters, which is making your business a success. But what is all this going to cost you? Well, let's break down the numbers so that you won't get caught up by surprise here. Okay, so starting with the initial costs in year one. So first, your certificate of formation. That's required, $200 online or $180 by mail. Next, a name reservation, optional. $30 if you want to reserve your business name before your filings. Then a registered agent service. This is optional but highly recommended. It is $39 for the first year of service with Northwest Registered Agent, which will help you with your actual LLC formation, which we're doing here, as well as give you a year of registered agent service for free. From there, your business licenses and permits, these are required for many businesses, but not all. The fees here, they range from $15 to over $1,000, depending on your industry and the exact location. So most Seattle LLC owners will spend roughly $250 to $500 in the first year, depending on your permits, your business type, and any extras that you get. Now, bigger businesses or regulated industries, they will pay more for licenses if they're required, etc. Next, your ongoing annual expenses. So your annual report filing fee, that's required $60 per year. Then your registered agent service renewal, again, optional but highly recommended, $125 per year to stay in compliance with Northwest Registered Agent. Then we have your business licenses or permit renewals, again, required with most businesses, but not all. Costs here, $20 to $250 each year, really depending on the business type and location. So for most small LLCs, you can expect to spend around $100 to $450 per year to keep the lights on with, extra costs around permitting and things like that. Now, again, to help with all this, I do advise you to use a service like Northwest Registered Agent, which again, you can click right up here to check out, as they'll really help you stay in compliance year after year while you focus on the most important thing, which is running a profitable business. Now, if you have any questions for me or you're a little bit confused about the process, no problem at all. Go ahead and drop me a comment below, and I will do my absolute best to help you out as soon as possible. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.